Yes, I can. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Awesome. We're going to get started with Mookie Hawkins today.
Okay. Sorry. It's up all the way. Okay, sorry.
AJ Klein, Mookie Hawkins, Well for Sports 1080. How you doing, big dog?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I mean, especially with that game that you had last week, how basically how comfortable were you last Sunday?
I was real comfortable. I mean, the plan was clean and like I said, after the game, it allowed us to pressure his backers. So anytime you can go out, just play fast and have confidence in the game plan, makes things easy. But I think overall, as a team, we played really well. So we're just looking to build off that momentum for this week.
Absolutely. And going into this week, AJ, what are some of the challenges you face when dealing with Arizona RPO?
Well, obviously, because you got Kyler Murray, and he can be a problem. He's a very talented football player. He can make all the plays with his feet if he has to. He can stand in the pocket and throw it. They can get him out of the pocket. And he can throw on the run. And I mean, I think he's their leading rusher, but obviously that RPO game can give problems to teams. So we have to be very detail oriented in our assignments of this defense and put our best foot forward this week.
Absolutely, man. A lot of eye discipline. Good luck this week.
I appreciate it.
Hey, AJ, it's John Scott. I want to revisit something I asked you about after the game and the aggressive nature that you guys have been playing with here. What is it about when Leslie is being more aggressive that allows you guys, at least to appear from an outside perspective, to play better than we've seen at other points in the season?
One, I think is as a pressure player, if you're a blitzer, it allows you to play fast downhill. And I don't want to say play with reckless abandon because that's not the truth at all, but it allows us to play fast, even on the back end. Just because we know that balls either has to come out quick or we're going to have pressure on that quarterback, get quarterback hits. Obviously, you saw the effect of it last week with it was 14 or 15 quarterback pressures or quarterback hits throughout the game, which is huge. It's huge not only for our D-line of building their confidence of getting after the quarterback, but it makes life easier on our defensive backfield, not having to cover as long. So when you got the front and the back end working as a cohesive unit, it's just a recipe for success. So again, pressures allow us to play fast and allows the defensive backfield to make plays on the ball.
I've heard other guys in the defense mention in weeks past searching for a defensive identity. Do you feel you found it, and how key is that to then turning that identity into better results?
I think we have our identity, and I think part of our culture is being an attack-oriented defense, and we've seen that success over these past few weeks starting to build, right? And moving forward, it's just continuing to build on that fundamental foundation that we've laid from the beginning of the season till now. And obviously, like I said, when we play complementary football and we play with great eye discipline, we play with great fundamentals, we give ourselves a great chance to win. So building forward with that momentum, obviously, will carry us hopefully to a win against Arizona this week.
Now, how do you be aggressive and attacking when facing a dynamic runner like Kyler Murray? Russell Wilson presents it to some extent, but Kyler is an even faster type of an athlete. How do you blend the two of being aggressive while also not allowing him the holes to run free?
Well, that's where it breaks down into fundamentals and eye discipline. If you have the quarterback on a surf, in the run game, you have the quarterback. You know what I mean? You can't be doing somebody else's job. Everybody has to play their part in the defense, and then the defense will complement each other. But when you get away from fundamentals, bad things can happen. So I think for us this week's eye discipline fundamentals, and obviously mobile quarterback fundamentals for the D-line as well to try to keep him in the pocket and try to limit his ability running as well.
Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.
Hey, AJ, Adam from 7ABC. Thanks for taking the time.
Yep.
Just building off of that, you mentioned kind of the discipline and the fundamentals in the running game, but I guess from your perspective, whether you're back in coverage or whether you're rushing the passer, what's the balance between getting after Kyler and trying to force a young quarterback to make bad decisions versus making sure that he doesn't get away from you guys and doesn't get out of the pocket and pass the line of scrimmage and start running?
Like I just said, the mobile quarterback fundamentals. trying to keep him in the pocket, obviously, and get our hands in his face and disrupt him as much as we can with pressure or just our 4-down look. That's going to be crucial for our D-line if they don't get there, to get the hands up, try to bat some balls, tip passes, overthrows will be big for this defensive backfield for us if we can get some of those takeaways. If he is out of the pocket, we have to plaster. I mean, our defensive backfield, including linebackers, we have to find the nearest wide receiver and plaster on because we know that that's how big plays can happen. I know that was an emphasis last week against Seattle as well, because we know all the big plays that Seattle has when the pocket breaks down, the quarterback gets out of the pocket. So plastering the best of our ability in the back end and trying to keep him contained, because he is obviously very dynamic when he gets on the edge, because he'll still pump fake when he's already past the line of scrimmage. To try to get people to come out of coverage or the defensive ends or whoever is rushing him to try to jump, so him to get more yards. And you see that show up on tape over and over again, him gaining 5, 10, 15 extra yards when he's outside that pocket because of his ability to run.
Now, at least from my perspective, even someone like Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson last week too, those are guys that definitely have the improvisation probably down better than Kyler does, at least at this point. Is it helpful to kind of have someone like that, Russell one week and then Kyler the next, because you've already had to face someone who can improvise and kind of force you to get into plaster mode?
Well, I think as a whole throughout this league, you see a lot more dual threat quarterbacks around the league. Mobile quarterback fundamentals is always going to be a thing from week to week. There's not many true pro style, stay in pocket, 5-step drop quarterbacks anymore. I think overall the athletic ability throughout the league is starting to trend that way, of getting guys on the edge and get them outside the pocket to limit the heat and the hits that they take. But I mean, it does help when you face quarterbacks that are similar with their athletic ability.
Thanks, AJ. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Great. Thanks, AJ. You're all set.
All good. Appreciate it. All right, yeah.
Thank you.